Hello everyone. This video is for first time buyers, mainly the self employed professionals. I, being a self employed professional myself, did learn a lot of things by experience, and I thought that this video will help me share some of my learnings with you all. So, the first step is preparation. Do remember that you need to have a minimum of 2 years of bank history in the UK before you decide to go for a mortgage to buy your first home. It is important to wait for 2 years before you file your mortgage application. I have tried myself to do this before I completed 2 years and I have faced rejections from the bank. So, my advice for you is always to make sure that you wait for 2 years before you go for your mortgage. This 2 years is very important for you to prepare for a lot of other things which are very essential when you decide to buy your house. First and foremost, choose an area. Choose the locality where you would like to live. It may be depending on the schools nearby, it may be depending on your workplace, or it may be depending on a residential area which you prefer. But do choose the areas. So make a list of couple of postcodes in and around where you would like to buy your house. Study the market, understand the house prices in the areas that you have shortlisted. This is very important, especially when you decide to put an offer for the house in future. This study is going to help you a big deal. And start saving for the deposit. Yes, you read it right, 25%. 25% is the deposit amount that is required if you are a self employed professional. If you are an employed professional, the deposit percentage may vary anywhere from 10% to 15%. But if you are self employed, most of the lenders, especially banks, do have a criteria that you need to have 25% of the deposit amount ready and they will give you a mortgage for 75% of the amount. So start saving right from the beginning and ensure that you have this savings ready for the deposit. Improve your credit score. Now, how you do this is make sure that you have a credit card and start doing all your spendings using the credit card. Ensure that you are paying the credit card well on time. Make multiple payments in a month, and this should help your credit score grow gradually. Enroll into voting register and also ensure that your NI number and tax returns are reflecting in HMRC portal. This is very, very important when it comes to self-employed professionals because you may be dealing with an accountant or doing this yourself, but it is important that the tax returns are reflecting in the HMRC portal. So these are all the things that you need to prepare in this 2 years period. And also not to forget, if you are a tenant and you're paying rent, make sure that your rent amount is also reflected in your credit score. And there are third party portals where which will help you to link your rent amount to your credit score. It's very important because all of us pay a substantial amount of rent, and when you apply for a mortgage, you paying rent on time is a very good visibility of for the bank to ensure that you are also eligible, or you also meet the criteria that you will be able to pay your mortgages well in time when you decide to go for one. So please do the check in my check on the description link which I've given, and make sure that your rent amounts are reflected in that portal. Now, when it's time to buy your first house, that means you have completed the 2 years of period in the UK, you have a good credit history built, you have the amount saved up for your deposit. Now is the time for you to get a decision in principle from your bank. A decision in principle will consider your income and maybe also your partner's income if you're going for a joint mortgage, and will help you understand how much of the mortgage are you eligible for. Now, depending on your annual income, you may be eligible for a mortgage of 200,000 pounds, or you may be eligible for a mortgage of 300,000 pounds. But it has to be calculated, and this is what a DIP does. So it's very important you get a DIP. Now, how do you get a DIP is by two ways. Now, if you can go via a mortgage advisor and they can help you get a decision in principle from a lender that you choose, or the second option is that depending on who your bank is, you can directly go to their website and get a DIP downloaded by entering all your details, or you can reach out to the bank and they will attach a mortgage consultant to you who will actually then have a call with you to get all the details from you, and they will generate a DIP. A DIP is something that you would need to have before you put an offer for a house. It is ideal that you have this DIP because then you know the calculation that you need to do. You know that I need to look for a house which is in the range of, say for example, 300 to 400,000, because this is the mortgage that I'm eligible for. Second important thing is, if you're self-employed, some of the lenders, especially banks, do require an accountant certificate. If they do require one, your mortgage consultant would also let you know, and then you can let your accountant prepare an accountant certificate. You would not need this accountant certificate at the time of viewing the house. You will need the certificate only when you do the full and final mortgage application. Now you can start looking for properties online, and as I said before, as you've already studied the market and you have an idea of the house prices, the house prices might have increased 10 or 20% depending on when you did the research and depending on when you're actually looking for the property, because the house market is very volatile these days, and there's always a tendency for the house prices to increase year after year. However, do look at the properties online, and especially the sites like rightmove.co.uk. They do have an option where it shows the prices for the properties who are sold nearby the location that you're looking for. That will give you an approximate idea of the house prices. So when you look a property and if you like the property, when you give a quote, do check your study and give the price that you feel is right for the property. There are always be negotiations, and you may agree to a price finally with the seller. However, the study should help you to judge the suitable price for the house before you give a offer for the house. So book a viewing and start looking for houses. I hope this video helped you understand certain things which is very much required for self-employed professionals. And in my experience, I did not engage a mortgage advisor when I went for the mortgage. I directly liaised with my bank, which is HSBC, and they helped me through the process from the beginning till the end without any hassle. And it also helped me save the £500 that I would have spent going via a mortgage advisor. However, this is completely your call, and if you're not comfortable directly dealing with the bank, you can also go via a mortgage advisor, and mortgage advisors definitely have a couple of options and they may help you get a different interest rate and different lender options, and you have a couple of options to choose from. However, that is completely your call, and if you're very comfortable going with your own bank, it always helps, because in my case, I a lot of documentation was very simple, because everything is already linked to the bank and they had access to all my bank accounts and savings account. So the complete process was quite hassle free from the beginning to the end. Do let me know if you have any other questions. Feel free to add comments and I'll be happy to look into your questions and clarify them based on my knowledge and limits of information that I have. And I wish you all the very best for your house hunting and wishing that you all procure your dream house very soon.